Need to change the settings for daylight. I need to change all the top stuff as well. Oh, how do I do this again? That. And we'll just put that to automatic. That might sort that out. Does that sort that out? Yes, it does. I'm no longer a yellow blur. Okay, I must be live on Twitch as well. Okay, right. So far, so good. We are all on white numbers on the stream because it was so bad last night. Right, if I'm going to turn fucking music off as well. I think I left that going last night as well. That probably wasn't good. Probably was not a good idea. So if I go here, of course, everybody's sleeping that I normally hang out with. If I go to, what do I need to go to? Come on, brain. It's too early in the morning. That's what it is. I don't come to life until the afternoon, and even then, that's a rarity. What do I usually do to make? And oh yeah, I've got a button for that, haven't I? Mod view. If I go to, no, I don't want to hear myself. You turn that down, and I want chat from there. But not there. And minimize. And then I need to go to the YouTube side of stuff. Pop that out. And if I go to that. Bring that over here, minimize that. Click and drag. Like so, right. So I can see your chart now. Right. So everything seems to be working fine. Why was it such... What was wrong with everything last night? So if I go into... I mean, I've restarted the computer a couple of times since last night. But really, that shouldn't make much of a difference. Everything else is the same. I've got Lightroom up.
A sword day! A red day! And
I'm going to change that to that so I can hear any alerts. But yeah, I do need to change all that top stuff. I need to get rid of all that. I maybe need to rejig the entire screen again already. I quite like the yellow surround, the white and yellow, so it's not in your face. But maybe I need to frame the entire screen. That's something I could do to avoid doing work. There's potential there. But yeah, we're going on Twitch as well. One thing I did do, I don't know if it's made any difference whatsoever. I did reconfigure the output. So when you go to OBS and you can go to something, auto configuration wizard, that's what it is. I did do that. Hiya Sergio, how are you? I did do that and it seemed, well, at the minute, I don't know what the rate everything's going out at. on Twitch, it tells you what it's going out at. So that's going out at about 10 megabits per second at 30 FPS. Yeah, going all right. Stream last night was a nightmare though. A lot of technical issues. Well, I'm saying technical issues. I think my computer was on the verge of falling over. So I thought I would come online this morning and just check things over. Because it really struggled last night. Well, then again, it really struggled only when I started working on Lightroom, so we're about to do that. And we'll just keep an eye out on the various readings, because like everything was red. Everything was blanked out red. It was horrendous. I don't know why it would be like that. It only seems to have been the last few weeks. I don't know whether it's summer and the heat. It shouldn't be. I mean, because it's 21 degrees in here today. Yes, the other day it was up to 26, and it was warm. But since summer has started, the computer started whining a bit more. So I don't know whether it's keeping cool enough or what. But yeah, I kind of started looking at prices for a new system, and it was just like, how much? Weeping. Oh man. So what are you up to today then, Sergio? I forgot. I've got the chat the wrong way around. I've usually got YouTube on the left, Twitch on the right. I didn't realise you were on Twitch. Because I was thinking like, oh, it'll take you 30 seconds to reply because YouTube's 30 seconds behind. But yeah. Right, so let's give this a go anyway. Oh no! Touch wood. Is this wood? This is wood. Touch wood. You get that sorted, Sergio, but also touch wood. Like massively touch wood. I've luckily never had to deal with a corrupted catalogue before on Lightroom. When was your last backup, Sergio? Was it months ago or something? I'm gonna keep Lightroom and Photoshop. I'm gonna get rid of the rest of the package, the rest of the Adobe stuff. So Premiere Pro, Audition, InDesign, Illustrator, and all of that. I'm gonna get rid of that. So the plan is, hopefully, Affinity are still selling Affinity Photo and Designer and Excel, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully that's still... Oh, I can't sync. God. Oh, man. I feel for you. I feel for you. But yes, so because I've been a full Creative Cloud subscriber since the start, since it started, which is what, 12 years ago now, maybe? Is it 12 years? It might not have been that long. I don't know. It's been a while anyway. Yeah. Everything's a time waste at the moment. Why my itchy foot? Morning, Simon. How are you? How are you doing? Yeah, so I'm going to get rid of the rest of the Adobe package, but I'm going to keep the photo package. Because it's, I mean, that's £10 a month. At the minute, I'm paying like 54 a month or something. And if things don't behave online, I'm going to have to invest in a new computer. Because it's just not good enough at the moment. Whether it's Lightroom's taking up far too many resources or what, I don't know. But it's certainly, last night was just impossible. So I don't know if anybody's gone back to look at last night's stream. I haven't. Well, to be honest, I never go back and watch my own streams because it's so bad. I feel so bad about them. But it was as janky as hell last night. As soon as I started working on images, and it was just like, nah. So I don't know what's been going on with it. So if it's going to continue like that, I'm gonna need a much better computer. Because this computer is great. It's fantastic if you're not streaming. But it's just, I priced one up last night after stream, and without keeping me graphics card and all the hard drives I've got and all that, still like 1,500 quid. I'm presuming that included a VAT, by the way. I bet I do. But just to get something decent, like an i7 chip, 64 gig of RAM, and a motherboard. That's effectively what I was buying. Everything else was like not really there. I was just like, how much? I think like motherboard was like 230. I think the box was like 130. The chip, I can't even remember how much that was. Must have been about 500. Memory was 200. It's horrendous. But I'm not going.
Day! A red day!
Thank you for the follow. Where do I find these things? Thank you for the follow, Bad Gal Beach. Much appreciated. Welcome to the family. But yeah, so the pressure is on now. I'm either going to make this computer work better, or find some money quickly, or hopefully I can get it on credit, which I don't particularly want to do, because then I'll have a second new computer by the time I pay it off. So not a lot of fun. So what are you up to then, Simon, if you're still there? What are you up to this fine morning? Yeah, we're on the energy drink, Sergio. Our fella's hellishly little postman. So tired. These last 2 mornings, I've been absolutely shattered. I don't know what it's been, but it's been so tiresome. Right, these 3. Okay. So I basically retrace my steps from last night. See, it's getting a little bit jerky. This is the problem with Lightroom. Strict diet. This is the problem with Lightroom. As soon as you do anything, it just takes so much power from the CPU. Is there preferences? Can we put all this stuff onto the GPU? Performance. Use GPU for export. Full graphics acceleration is enabled. I did update my GPU drivers. Oh no, Simon. God, of all the times to be fucking laid off at the minute is horrendous. I cleared out all my temporary files, so all the cache should have gone. So that might help things along. I don't know. I'm sorry to hear that, Simon. But nice that your dog's sitting. Spending time with dogs is always better than spending time with humans, I find. I'm just a little sad. I'm just a little bit sad that Finn's like 7 already, and I feel like I've barely done anything with him. Ooh, energy drinks just after you've brushed your teeth on is not a nice taste. I'm going to start using smart previews. Is that very true on the dog front, Simon? Right, is there anything else I can change in here? One thing I've never really sorted out with the thought so. I thought so, Simon. One thing I've never really sorted out on the Lightroom and on the imports is what settings you have for like creating previews. Is it full previews or half previews, or I'm never sure. I've never I never go into these settings to see what the what? I wonder if you can change that so it doesn't use as much GPU memory, if that's making an issue. Give me the preferences back. No worries, Sergio. Best of luck. I've got my fingers crossed for you. Thank you for dropping in, though. Always good to see you, my friend. Right. Well, we updated the graphics, the graphics driver, so that might have improved things. You never know. Right, so if we do some alterations on this, let's just... What have we done? There's a slight drop off there, but not a lot. If we drop this off... Yeah, open the blacks up a bit more. Like so. I mean, literally, I would click... Last night, I would click that like color balance setting, and frame rate would drop to like 5. Everything would flash up red, and it was horrendous. So something's better to this morning already, which is good. Which is a good, great relief. So maybe last night was just a bit of an erroneous. I've already done that clean up on that. That's fine. Maybe it was just a bad day yesterday. That's maybe what it was. Should we do some wilder colour just to see where we get to? It's going. It's a Lightroom, not Lightroom. OBS is saying thingy overloaded, but it always says that because we're using Lightroom. It happens all the time. You know, it was like something like, I don't know, maybe 10% of frames were missed at parts last night. It was horrendous. Things are doing okay at the moment. Fingers crossed. If we do that, yeah, that's fine. We'll sync these settings like so. They did them. No massive effect on FPS there. Right, I'm going to open up Photoshop and I'm going to come back out of there for the time being. I need to close this down. Anybody be something? ASMR. Shall we whisper? I like. I'll get it. Oh, I've got a furry thing. Maybe does it? Will this fit over here? No. I'll just do it near it. Is that good? I think it's my second career. Obviously, without looking at my face, because nobody wants to see that. Right, is that opened? If we edit open as layers, right, we'll see how this affects the numbers. Now I can hear my computer starting to whine a bit. 6 FPS. So I mean, this happens every single time we do it, but it's still better than what it was last night. The annoying thing about this is if, well, I am going to be doing it. Obviously, I'm going to be doing recording tutorials for this masterclass. Then I want everything to be able to run without video and stuff jumping. It's interesting that there's a lot of stuff going to Twitch. The megabytes per second would go, oh, it was like 20 for Twitch. It was going up. But I don't know whether that was because it was there wasn't much changing on screen. I don't know. We should see. Anyways, so yeah, okay. So if I just go through with a normal edit. see what we get today. Keep forgetting I shouldn't, because I sit like this all day when I'm working. I shouldn't do it when I'm streaming because I'm meant to be talking, aren't I? And if I go to, what should we do? What should we do? Well, we'll go to multiply to get things lined up anyway. Or kind of lined up. I don't know if we actually need the. These are not going to line up perfectly, but that's fine. They don't need to. I quite like the right-hand side there. Didn't mean to do that. In a way, I quite like that effect. Is it not, Peter? It's showing up on my chat here. Have I got my chat? Well, that message has come up. Obviously, there's a bit of a delay for it to appear on screen. I forgot I'm not showing the bloody screen. That's strange, Peter. It is now. Yeah. No explanation. I do apologise for it not coming up. Not that I can do anything about it. You are coming through loud and clear now, sir. How are you? Hope you are well. Were you trying to tell me I'm not on screen? The image wasn't on screen, which is my usual way of doing things. But yeah, I quite like this. For some reason, I'm not sure why. It's maybe that orange and grey thing. Have we got any? No, we haven't got anybody on there. Super. Good to hear, Peter. Good to hear. So there's much going on in your world. There's naff all going on in mine, apart from desolation and skintness and technical issues. All right. Were you watching last night? Or will you be looking back at the VOD? Because it was right. it was painful last night, Peter. It was horrendous. The computer was just having a complete mental breakdown. I literally could barely use it. Right, okay. Was it horrendous at that stage? Because like Aileen appeared in chat and she was like, Andy, I've just heard you sigh. Is it that bad today? I must at one stage just gone. Oh, it was grim. But So immediately starting to look at you as well. I don't know what it is. Lobius, who's a Twitch streamer, and he was saying that lots of people having those issues. So I'm wondering, is it time to look at Capture One? I mean, I do have PhotoLab 7 from DxO, but it looked so unintuitive. Was my issue with it. I should maybe give it more of a go. But I think it's just that the way it works is quite different to Lightroom. They really need to, I don't know whether it's memory leaks or what, but they really do need to shore things up. If you're on Twitch, by the way, there's an advert break in 8 seconds. I was going to sort out. I was going to look at the ad frequencies on Twitch as well. Okay, so, but yeah, right, yeah. I must admit, I don't really search catalogs that much because I always just have them worked out like by date. So a folder for like December and a folder for whatever days I've shot stuff in. So as long as things would like import into that structure, and then you can navigate to them after that. I'm not one for like searching for the Lake District because I don't tag images. I have to rely on my increasingly bad memory for these things, which is not helpful, not conducive. If I go to there, yeah, quite like that one. Do a stamp layer of that. Okay, then bring the two of them together. Actually, that's quite pleasant. If I on there, so like how those trees are just showing up there. That's quite nice. Well, to be honest, the way I see it, I've been using Lightroom since version 3, so like Lightroom Classic. And to me, it's not changed since. Like, it feels like the architecture of the entire program is still the same. Which, yeah, they released Lightroom, which was basically just the mobile app, and that might be a bit swifter. I don't know. And in that they've added in the local storage thing, whereas beforehand it was like online, so they could steal your images. But yeah, it feels like Lightroom prop, what I would call Lightroom proper, Lightroom Classic, hasn't been rebuilt. I think that it maybe needs rebuilt from scratch, but for it to look exactly the same at the end of it. It might have been rebuilt from scratch a few versions back, I don't know, but it just feels like it hasn't. Then they just keep on adding shit on. Now they've got all the AI stuff jammed in and a load of intricate masking, which, for me, if you want to do masking like that, use Photoshop. I mean, Photoshop's not that hard to learn. You can get a load of not like action packs or panels for your luminosity masking and all that kind of stuff, and it's not that complicated. So like building in the masking part of Lightroom, I think that changed the game, resources wise. I know everybody's files are getting bigger. I noticed a massive difference when I went up to the D850 to like from 12 megapixels up to 50 or 48 or whatever it is. So there was a big big update on how big the files were. I think I went from like files that were about 4 meg, like raw files that were about 4 megabytes to 50, and they're still just as blurry. So, actually, I think Lightroom struggles more when I'm doing normal photography because there's more detail in it to render. I don't know. It feels that way. It's like every time I open up a proper image, I can hear my computer going. But yeah, I think they either just say like we're not going to update Classic anymore, but we're going to change. We're finally going to add printing and all that to the new Lightroom, and basically make it more like Classic. Because you don't need the book stuff in it. If you want to make a book, you can do it in InDesign. But we all work differently. Because I only ever print in Photoshop. I don't use Lightroom to print. I mean, for me, Lightroom is just like finding my images, doing a little bit of tidying up work, which I can then transfer very quickly onto the rest of the images that I've got, and then everything else is in Photoshop, and maybe it's a bit of final clear up in Lightroom. That's the way I kind of work it. Right, quite like that. So if I don't want it to be too daft. Mask. That's actually fine, to be honest. I think. So if I have that there, and just have that little bit across the middle. Yeah, quite like that. And maybe just painting that reflection back in to there, the paintbrush, paint in white. Right there, yeah, that's lovely. And just the edge of that hill there. Just like that. Lovely, lovely. So what are you up to today then, Peter? If I move this across a bit much, is that a little bit better? I think the cat went in behind there and moved stuff. I think knocked it all offline one day. It's most annoying. Anyway, right, so crop. No, it is a bit skew width, so maybe we need to get that straightened out a little bit. Just a little bit, nothing needs to be too precise. God, this is working so much better today. Maybe it was just the graphics card driver I needed to update. That might have been it. Might have to try and test a gaming stream later on Twitch just to see how that goes. And then I'll write off the entire afternoon. So I think I'm going to need an early night because I've got to open up the village hall for the election tomorrow. At like 6:15, something like that. Which is a little annoying, but hey ho. So if I do I need any more? Bit of hewing, we could go that. We go bright. I do really need to start producing some better work. It's maybe the wrong terminology. I need to be producing more work. That's what I need to be doing. Right, okay, so I got that. Let's have a curves adjustment. No, let's not do that. Tiny adjustment. After all that, moving the curve around, it's just the tiniest adjustment. Right, okay, so let's whack this into Analog FX Pro. If I shut down version 6, I should really uninstall version 6, shouldn't I? That's probably not helping either. Get rid of those top bars off stream. Like I say, we will redo things later as I avoid doing real work. Not sure I like that, to be honest. That's made it bigger. This might actually work when I get back across this side. Or maybe it's not. How's the computer doing? Right, lens vignette, we can turn that off. Where the hell was that? Oh, it's there. Actually, I think we could probably push that on the positive territory to make it brighter, like so. Oh, I think I'm liking this better than last night's already. And I know last night had a detrimental effect on everything that was going on, but I feel calmer now. Last night I just wanted to rip heads. So this is about making the image that I wanted to make. So that one's pretty cool. You go from the grey to the orange there. It's quite nice. It's not a big change. She's subtle. Just need to darken the sky off, and we'll do that in another program. So we've got subtle. I think that one's a bit lighter. Do I like it lighter like that, or do we need it to be a bit darker? Let's bring the vignette down, like so. Actually, if we make this rectangular, will that give me all more? It'd be great if you can make this even smaller. Well, maybe we leave that off, and then we can alter it more precisely in sections. That might be better. Third of July already. Jesus, I can't believe it. You know what? I quite like this. I'm just wondering, do we actually need that second exposure? It darkens a bit. So maybe if I turn down the brightness of this. Not that far, Andy. Drop the contrast. Drop the detail extraction. So we're now it's quite soft in there, isn't it? Right, so I think part of that we just need to darken the sky down. Hopefully that'll happen alright. Do we need a second exposure? A little bit darker, and then the strength of that a lot weaker. Excuse me. Just drop that exposure balance back a little bit. Bring that up a little bit. It's brightening it a lot over here, that's the only thing. Yeah, maybe we'll leave that off. Yeah, that's better, I think. Okay, so we will now apply that. Sit up straight, Andy. He's cutting grass. Right, so if we go, do we use color effects for this, or should we? Yes, let's do that because it's easier. Although they changed the bloody layout of this as well and got me all confused. Put the bins on so I can see. guess they still... I really don't know why these are so small for me. Graduated filters, that's what we want. Graduated ND filter, that's the one we want. And this needs to be darker. Keep on going. Maybe it's not that dark. It'd be great if I could control the highlights here, or the lighter area. We might have to do that with something a bit more selective. Quite precise. It'd be great if it give you like a guideline of where you were, instead of having to do it by sight. Because that's very much just at the top, isn't it? Let's come down a little bit. The only thing I'm slightly worried about is we'll get this edge between the blue little strip of magenta and then into the whitey yellow stuff there, which I can see on my other screen. So then it might be tricky to sort this out. Anyways, if we could add brilliance and warmth. I don't think we need any of that. I don't know if we don't need it. The new HSL in here, I've struggled. I think because the sliders are so bloody small, I struggle to know what the bloody hell I'm doing. Yeah, we don't need it to be that strong. But it can give you a lot more control if you can control it. I'm not sure what the uniformity thing does, but anyways. Is reasonably nice. What have we done there? Just a little bit of that. Yeah, so I think we might have to come back into Photoshop just to knock this back here. Right, apply that. Missed. Okay, so we want a curves layer. Let's pull this down. Just over there. So see, I can't come down too much, and then it gets edgy around here. Can't come down this far anyway. Well, I could. If I go invert on that, and then if I use the paintbrush to paint in the white like this, just this area here, and then I can, what can I do? Drop the opacity until it sweetens itself in. Or adjust the, that's what I could do. Just adjust the settings. That's what I was going to do, Andy. You bloody idiot. Just adjust until it gradually kind of sweetens itself. There we are. Lovely. Lovely. Drop that down a little bit like that. So without it, with it. Hopefully it's not kind of visible in the final thing. So what size? 1.9 gig, that's fine at the minute. This is so much smoother than last night. I don't know what the issue was. Nighttime shot. We do that, and then I'm going to make a new stamp layer, or whatever the terminology is. Excuse me, and then this one I'm going to go a little bit wild with. Excuse me, again, wind. I do apologise. Maybe drop the saturation a little bit. Increase, decrease. Oh, there. And I'm going to do a stamp layer of this. This one on top of this one, and then I'm going to zoom out, and then I'm going to go to edit and free transform, and I'm going to change the blend modes. It'd be lovely if it would preview these things. This looks weird for a change. Well, probably weird. Turn it upside down, see what it does. Crazy. Yeah, I don't think this is actually going to work. I don't think it's going to work. Is this because I made it blue? I think that might be why. I think that might be why. I don't think the blue works in conjunction with that colour. Colour science, people, learn it. You can disappear. I actually don't need these 3 bits. They can go away. And I think that will probably do for this image. I think. Or what we could do. No, what the fuck are you doing? Cancel. Did I hit the wrong button there? I might have done. Not enough buttons pressed. Right, so what I could do here, to maybe try to perfect it, is, yeah, I've duplicated it, so I need to edit, transform, flip horizontal, no, not horizontal, flip vertical. Yes, I was never very good at maths. Now let's go to multiply so I can see where I am. Let's go about here, yeah, roughly about there. And what do we need to do? Hi Yogi! Well, after last night's stream, I had to come back to make sure things were working. Because last night was horrible. Yeah, that's what I'm after. Yeah. That's the side I'm after. Right, so if I come in about there, drop the opacity a bit. Is that right? Am I not doing this right? What's going wrong? That's because it needs to be on normal, Andy. That's why. You idiot. Idiot. So mask and that. Wyatt. Bloody adverts. No, that's not what. That's the wrong mask type. There we go. That's what we want. Just like that. So we've changed the foreground. Is that full strength? No. So yeah, it's dropped. So I could go full strength and just kind of keep the areas that I want. And paint the rest out with grey. Paint white. No, I need to paint black. Or near black anyway. So if that's about here. Okay. Just paint this back in. Like so. Hopefully you're back, Yogi. So how are you today anyway? Oh, yes. Extra stream today. I want that little stripe. I want to be able to do that. I need to bring that back. So I need some white. Flick that in there. What's my strength? 67%. Where's me white lighter streak? Is it not there? I want this to come short through. I don't mean I need to paint that black, I don't know. Oh man. That's the okay. And it's not exactly the same. This is not a proper reflection. The only bit I really wanted was these 3 bits. That's what I wanted to reflect. I know I did. That's a bit I did want. So in here, we'll go white. Can I get rid of that stone? But it's bright. God damn it. Right, if I've got that, I can blend in the rest, maybe. And then just use Lightroom to pull a lot together. Or something like that. Right. That's better than what it was, I think. Yeah, it gives a little bit more symmetry. A little bit. Right, okay, that'll do. We can go back in Lightroom out and fix anything else. How much do we need to keep from here? How far back we're going to go? Let's keep the whole lot. It's only 2.1 gig. File, save. Hopefully it'll not go, you're too big to save. Hopefully. My tea will be cold now. And we have saved it. Alright, back to Lightroom. As soon as you go back to Lightroom, frame rate drops. But not as much as what it did yesterday. The numbers yesterday were just horrendous. Okay, so we have this. We want some effects. We want a vignette. Not that much though, Andy. Maybe it's about there. Maybe it's about there. Yeah, something like that. I mean, it's not my best image ever, but I don't mind it. In a perfect world, I wouldn't have these like extra lines around whatever hill this is. But it's not too bad. And obviously, we need to darken down the foreground because that's science. So let's have a mask. This is gonna make everything stop. Yeah, we just need a linear mask. And that's the way we want to go. So we can just graduate that in. Make it a little bit bluer, a bit warmer. A bit warmer, a bit more red. Let's leave that there. Yeah, a bit about there, and I need a bit more in the sky as well. So we want a new mask, a new linear gradient. I mean, I do complain about the mask things being in Lightroom now, but you know, they can be helpful. So there's the issue we've got. This area here, this line change between the reds and the pinks. So I think it's gonna have to be not as strong. Something like that. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, that's them. You can see up here, there is a line here, and along on here. And obviously when that was very strong, it really highlighted that. Which I kind of knew what was coming. So, right, on here, if we change the white balance, is that doing all that? Yeah, let's leave it alone. I will tell her thank you, Frank. I'll tell her thank you. And thank you to you as well. No, I think that's come out all right. Like I said, better. I mean, last night I was complaining about everything because everything was going wrong. But it's just nice to have the ability to work without stressing. Whereas this was last night's. I knew last night's was crap. And it wasn't just because I was in a bad fettle, because the computer was annoying me. I just knew it wasn't right. Quite like the colours, but this gives it a bit more reality. So quite happy with that one actually. It's got my usual. Why is it starting to go slow again now? My usual colour schemes. It would have been nice to have photographed it in better light, but beggars can't be choosers. It was the middle of the day, I think. Yes, it was. I mean, middle of the day in November. The sun was pretty low already, but it did mean that like a lot of this was in shadow. Behind the fells anyway. Yeah, it was like 1 in the afternoon. Unless it was at a time when the time was... Yeah, because the time used to see 11:57, but I'm sure... I'm pretty sure my camera's an hour behind of what it should be. But it was like late November, so the sun was pretty low anyway. So that's probably why it would have been 1 o'clock. But it was lovely. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff in shadow. But the sun did come out lovely later on. You're getting some wonderful reflections like this. Thank you very much, Yogi. You're too kind, but I don't know how much of it. I don't know how much of it is talent and how much of it is just pure blind luck and obstinance. I mean, like the marveling at these is it's just the location. It's the location that makes them good. Just beautiful, like beautiful light hitting the fells. The exact right time in the autumn. I would love to be able to do that, Frank. I would love to be able to do that. Yeah, it's crap because the bloody trees were in the way. Yeah, some of these haven't been touched. But yeah, I mean, when you go up somewhere like Buttermere, which I love, I think it's fantastic. It's a fantastic spot. You can't, I mean, providing you get nice light and good conditions, and obviously peak autumn colour, just could have done with a little bit more light. You can't fail, really. You can fail when you do all the twirly bullshit that I do, like this, where it's just like, yeah, it's not working. So you have to go back and rely on normal photography. But a lot of this stuff I wish I was better at. Nice. We did North Wales in 2016. So I can't even remember where we went. So we did a bit of coastline. We did a bit of. We didn't do a lot of walking, obviously, but we did one of the lake bits near the big mountain. Not the big, near Triffin. Is it Triffin? Oh, fucking. We did a bit of stuff in the Snowdonia area anyway. There was a little bit of trekking, but it wasn't too bad. It was uphill a bit. I don't know where my whale stuff is. I think I don't think I lost it. I think it got disconnected somewhere, and I'm not sure where it is. Terrific, yeah. There's a lake near that you go up to. It's not a big lake, but it's a beautiful spot. And the good thing about that area is, like, everywhere you walk, it was paved, like roughly paved, but you weren't like trekking through mud, and everything was stepped up to like the accessible areas. I wasn't going up the bloody mountain, but it was good. Enjoyed it. It was a good long weekend we had. Yeah, but some of these I keep on editing again and just like, which one's better? I like the dramatic stuff. But yeah, just waiting for the light to hit the right areas on this. It was fantastic. Well, just pronouncing Llandudno was bad enough. We did go there. We went to Llandudno, did a bit of coastal stuff there. But it was a good trip. Really enjoyed it. So I need to do more of this. I only got the one shot out of this. I feel there was more. Well, that's Southern Wales for you, to be honest. North Wales is way better. Not that I've ever been to Southern Wales, but North Wales is nice. I did like it. Great look, great scenery. My only problem was I'd done something. I'd thrown my back out or something, and I was in agony for the entire weekend. So I was kind of a bit restricted on how much walking I was wanting to do. I could barely get out of bed in the mornings. So it was like up the quarry areas and things like that. It was really good, apart from having to walk up there. Yeah, it needs, this kind of stuff needs light. Just needed a little bit more light. Otherwise, it'd have been very nice. Right, so that's me finished shot. So the scene we've just edited, did I take a decent normal shot of it? Did I just do a pano of it? Oh, God damn it. Never actually stitched it together. So we could try stitching that together. That'll test the stream. Oh. Who left out on auto exposure? Andy, you cretin. Or maybe I did change it. Why didn't I do it pan? Why didn't I pan vertically? I am an idiot at times. So if I go to that shot to that shot, let's develop. Right, this is where stream will drop out when I try to sort this out. Right, let's do lens corrections. How sharp that is, I don't know. Detail, we'll sort that out. Well, maybe drop that a little bit and increase the sharpening a bit. Don't want to do auto because that's going to be We'll do auto on the white balance now. And leave everything else to later. And then, yeah, that'll do. So we sync that across those, and then we'll link these together. Probably don't need these two end ones. Ending on this one will probably do. Yeah, maybe, possibly. Right, this is where the computer's going to go and die on me. Yes, it is. Because it already is. Yeah, right, okay, so it might actually just say, no, I'm not going to do it. Alright, I'm going to go off the screen there, whilst it works in the background. And go to photo merge and panorama. And then computer will go, no, we're not going to play. God, have I been streaming for an hour already? What's that one there? Oh, the electric board. I thought they were coming tomorrow. I suppose they're doing prep work. We've got no bloody electric tomorrow. That's going to be annoying. Right, so you've sorted that out. Let's fill in the gaps. Fill in edges. Oh, up there. Have you never seen the Spider-Man costume? That is why one of my emojis is that. That is me as Spider-Man. I think there's a horrendous stream somewhere. What occasion was that? Was that my birthday stream last year? It was either oh no, it was Halloween. It was the Halloween stream last year. I was dressed as Spider-Man. Right, merge. Okay, we'll let this merge and it'll take a little. Well, I'll put the mask on for you right now. I don't care. But if you want to give bits. For entertainment purposes only. But like the full suit is never going back on. Well, I don't think it's going back on. But is everything in the right place? That was the hard part, isn't it, when it was on straight? Because I couldn't see. I was like, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so don't go out don't go seeking out the live stream that's on YouTube. Because I'm not a small man, and the suit wasn't really fitting. Well, it was fitting. That was the problem. Are you merging or not? Yeah, you're trying to. Right, this is where streams died. Stream has kind of died. Just waiting on Lightroom to do its stuff, merging it all together. I'm just going to move it. We'll be back in a minute. Right, has this done it yet? No, it's still building it. Lo and behold, it is here. It is stitched all together. I thought there was some cloud above it on that top of that hill, because it was all soft before. Right. Yeah, got that. How well it's blended together, I don't know. I'm not going to look in close detail. Let's open the shadows up. Now the computer goes, no, I'm not going to do it. Brightness. Let's get that brightness up. See, even though it's doing all this, the computer's behaving itself not bad, actually. Yeah, but this is when the water was just starting to flatten out. You could see good amount of ripple there. Some dirty photographer over there, getting my shot. But it flattened out so lovely later on. Hello, cat. What are you doing? Have you come to say hello? Hello. What you doing? You've been thinking it's dinner time lately. Oh, it is dinner time, it's 12 o'clock. Didn't realise. Right, a little bit of down on the highlights. Cat. Snooze that. We don't need any more adverts at the moment. Cats, don't destroy things. If you want. What you doing? What? Have you had a nice time sleeping in my bedroom? Hmm? Have you? Right, okay, so a little bit more warmth on the... Yeah, lovely. It's a little bit more warmer. So yeah, basically that was the scene of the image beforehand. Nothing too exciting. But yeah, that's the scene. Where is the image we've just bloody made? That must have been before that. That's the one. Right, so let's try a crop of this before we end for lunchtime. Create a virtual copy. Crop. And because I like this area, I'm like, where the hell do I crop this? Probably need a 3x2 crop anywhere, so let's go with that. I'm a little annoyed with that area here. Good. Yeah, handheld's the way to go. I'll even shoot normal landscapes handheld unless it's like stupidly dark. That's the thing. I mean, I remember years ago somebody some famous photographer that somebody told us about said, like, if you can go a whole year and get four photos, then you've had a good year. So obviously a lot of dross in between, which I know all about. Lots and lots of dross in between. Hello, 4x5. I could 4x5 it by there. About there. Loses a lot of the width though. Cat, are you watching the birds? And then 16:9, and we can really jump in hard here. There we go. Slap bang in the middle. But also we can go a bit more post-crop vignetting. A bit of that. I mean, to be honest, I could go for a little pull, try to pull a few more edges out of these orange trees or background or whatever. However, basics, are we clarity? No, that's one that doesn't affect the color. Texture. So yeah, we could do a bit of local adjustment texture in there, just in there, to pull that detail out. But yeah, I think we did all right there in the end. The computer is not dead. I'm relieved that I don't have to spend 1,500 quid. So there is about an ad about it to play, Yogi. So I will say goodbye for this morning stream. Much appreciate you dropping in. Much appreciate everybody else dropping in as the morning's going on as well. Thank you so much. I will be back. I might test a gaming stream this afternoon on Twitch, just to check that's working, because that was getting a bit juddery last week when I last streamed that. So we'll maybe give that a go this afternoon if I don't get distracted doing work. God help us getting distracted doing work. So it'll just be a short one, he says. But anyways, thank you very much for dropping by. Good to see everybody that has dropped in, and we will see you in the next one, which if you're on Twitch will be this afternoon. If you're on YouTube, it will be sometime. Right, till the next one, catch you later, bye.